I was a victim myself of abuse, and it started when I was young. For several years as a child, I was abused. You know, I had not really even just addressed the issue until I saw face-to-face my own children. Just really difficult way to approach it, but at that point I thought, I have to face this and something has to be done about it. So I started going to counseling, really dealing with my abuse head on, and then also started working for the Child Abuse and Neglect Council of Oakland County. And that really opened my eyes to, the prevalence of abuse, learning a lot about it, and also how I could maybe be tell my story in a way that would help other people. In facing my own abuse, I also started doing art. It was like therapy for me. Took classes. The classes led to me doing to jewelry making. Once I started doing my own creations, there was something so healing about it. And then I started thinking, wow, if I could, heal from this, and this has been such a good thing for me, well, maybe it could help other women too. So Men was born, and that's really just such a process, of healing and learning and just using what's happened to me for something good. It's not a handout to women. It's really an opportunity for them to grow in their confidence, their independence, and feel not like a victim anymore. And it's really not about jewelry making at all. I mean, that's a small portion of it, but mostly Mend is about really the awareness of abuse and addiction and the women behind it. What's really awesome about it is that they can actually make a piece within a week after working for Men. They can make a piece that's going to be sold. And that is so empowering and so amazing for these women to be able to say, hey, I just made this piece, I wrapped it up, and when they put it on a tag and know that that's actually going to a location that's going to be sold, that's says so much, it's just so powerful for them. And I think it really makes them feel good. We may not even see fully how these women, what the ending is for them, because a lot of them move on. It's transitional employment. We don't necessarily even see these women after. They move back to their families, they move back to a different town sometimes. But I feel like we plant seeds, and those seeds are I feel like they're growing. They're going to continue to grow. Even if it looks like maybe it's stunted for a while, I believe that growth will continue down the line. I know that's how it was for me. It wasn't overnight, all of a sudden, everything was better. That's just not reality. Especially when you come from past with abuse and addiction, it is a process. It takes years. It takes a lot of falling down and picking yourself back up. Just to give you an aspect of what we deal with, and that is, I had a woman who was a survivor, not only of abuse, but also of addiction, and she worked with me for 2 years, and was doing great and just learning so much and becoming independent, and left the recovery home and continued to work for Men on the Move as a creative supervisor. She got a car, a house, and was doing great, and then after 2 years with Mend, slipped back into her old life. And I think I say this story because it was all going, what Men stands for, she was heading in that direction, but there comes a time too when they have to take that opportunity and make it their own. It's like we can only take women so far. We provide the opportunity and then it's up to them. And I think that's just it with recovery, is that there's that component that everybody thinks, oh, once that person gets exposed to this, everything is gonna fall together and it's gonna be this perfect ending. And it's not always like that, and it's not reality, but we don't give up. It doesn't mean that you stop helping people. It means that you just keep going. You always have to have hope, and that's what keeps me going, is providing that hope for these women. I'm just blown away by how resilient they are. I mean, I tell them this all the time. I just look at them and am amazed, because the things they've been through, they just get back up and they keep going. My goal is just to empower survivors, and not just survivors who are working for Men on the Move, but also women out there that maybe come to one of our events and listen to us speak, or someone who just is coming to a market and buying a piece of jewelry, those people too that, just survivors on all levels, not just the women that create our pieces, but survivors out there everywhere.